The year was 1939. The world watched with bated breath as tensions simmered across Europe. The horrors of the Great War, a mere 2 decades prior, were still etched in the collective memory of nations. Yet, despite the yearning for peace, the seeds of a new conflict were being sown. From the ashes of economic despair and political turmoil, a dark force had emerged, Nazi Germany, led by the enigmatic and ruthless Adolf Hitler. Fueled by nationalist fervor and a lust for power, Hitler's regime embarked on a campaign of expansion, threatening the fragile peace that held the world together. On September 1st, 1939, the world's worst fears were realized. German forces stormed into Poland, marking the beginning of World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history. What began as a European conflict quickly escalated into a global conflagration, drawing in nations from every corner of the globe. World War II was more than just a clash of armies. It was a battle of ideologies, a struggle between freedom and tyranny. It was a war that tested the very limits of human endurance and resilience, leaving an indelible mark on the world and shaping the course of history for generations to come. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thanks for visiting Insight Harbor. The invasion of Poland was swift and brutal. German forces, employing their blitzkrieg tactics, overwhelmed the Polish defenses, their tanks and aircraft cutting through the Polish lines with terrifying speed and efficiency. On September 3rd, 1939, Great Britain and France, bound by their treaties with Poland, declared war on Germany. The fragile hope for a negotiated settlement was shattered, and the world was once again plunged into the abyss of total war. The Polish people fought back with courage and determination, but they were outmatched and outgunned. Despite their valiant efforts, the Polish defenses crumbled under the relentless German onslaught. Warsaw, the Polish capital, became a symbol of resistance, enduring weeks of relentless bombing and artillery fire. As the war raged in Europe, the United States remained officially neutral, though public opinion was shifting in favor of the Allied cause. However, the course of American history, and indeed world history, was irrevocably altered on December 7, 1941. On that fateful Sunday morning, Japanese aircraft launched a surprise attack on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The attack, a calculated gamble by the Japanese to cripple the US Pacific Fleet, sent shockwaves across the nation. The images of burning battleships and devastated airfields filled newspapers and newsreels, galvanizing American public opinion. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, in a stirring address to Congress, declared war on Japan, famously proclaiming December 7th as a date which will live in infamy. By 1944, the tide of war had begun to turn in favor of the Allies. In the East, the Soviet Union, under the iron leadership of Joseph Stalin, had weathered the initial German onslaught and was slowly but surely pushing back the invaders. In the West, the United States, now fully engaged in the war, had joined forces with Great Britain and Canada to plan a massive invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe. The invasion, codenamed Operation Overlord, would be the largest amphibious assault in history. On June 6, 1944, D-Day, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France, facing fierce resistance from the entrenched German defenders. Despite heavy casualties, the Allies gained a foothold on the continent, and the liberation of Western Europe had begun. The D-Day landings marked a turning point in the war, signaling the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Section 5. Voices from the front lines. Stories of courage and sacrifice. World War II was a conflict fought not only on battlefields, but also in the hearts and minds of ordinary people caught in extraordinary circumstances. Millions of men and women were called upon to serve, leaving behind their homes, families, and lives to face the horrors of war. One such individual was Charles Schulz, a young American soldier who served in the European theater. Schulz, later to become famous as the creator of the beloved Peanuts comic strip, often drew inspiration from his wartime experiences, capturing the humor and humanity that could be found even in the darkest of times. In his letters home, Schulz wrote of the camaraderie among his fellow soldiers, the fear and uncertainty of battle, and the longing for home. His words, simple yet profound, provide a poignant glimpse into the human cost of war. Section 6. The Eastern Front, a clash of titans. While the D-Day landings marked a turning point in the West, the war in the East raged on with unrelenting ferocity. The Eastern Front, stretching from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea, was the scene of some of the largest and bloodiest battles in human history. The German invasion of the Soviet Union in June 1941, codenamed Operation Barbarossa, was initially successful, with German forces advancing deep into Soviet territory. However, the German advance was eventually halted by the sheer determination of the Soviet people and the harsh Russian winter. The Battle of Stalingrad, fought from August 1942 to February 1943, became a turning point in the East. The battle, a brutal and protracted siege, resulted in staggering casualties on both sides, with an estimated 2 million soldiers and civilians killed. Section 7. The Holocaust, a stain on humanity. Amidst the horrors of World War II, one atrocity stands out for its sheer barbarity: the Holocaust, the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews by the Nazi regime. Driven by a twisted ideology rooted in hatred and prejudice, the Nazis embarked on a campaign of genocide, targeting Jews as well as other groups deemed undesirable, including Roma, homosexuals, and the disabled. Jews were rounded up and deported to concentration camps where they were subjected to unimaginable cruelty. Many were murdered upon arrival, while others were forced into slave labor, their bodies broken and their spirits crushed. The Holocaust stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked hatred and the importance of vigilance in the face of intolerance. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, even in the face of unimaginable evil. Section 8. Science and Technology, Innovations of War. World War II was a catalyst for rapid technological advancements, driven by the urgent need for new and innovative weapons systems. The war witnessed the development of the atomic bomb, a weapon of unprecedented destructive power, forever altering the course of human history. Other significant technological advancements included the development of radar, jet engines, and antibiotics, all of which had a profound impact on both the war effort and civilian life. The war also saw the rise of computers, which were initially used to break enemy codes but would later revolutionize countless aspects of modern society. The innovations of World War II had a lasting impact on the world, shaping the technological landscape for decades to come. Section 9. Victory and its price. The end of an era. After 6 long years of global conflict, World War II finally came to an end in 1945. In Europe, the war ended with the unconditional surrender of Germany in May, followed by the surrender of Japan in August after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world emerged from the war forever changed. Millions lay dead, cities lay in ruins, and the global political landscape had been irrevocably altered. The war had claimed the lives of an estimated 40 to 85 million people, leaving an unfathomable void in countless families and communities around the world. Section 10. Shaping the World, the Legacy of World War II. The legacy of World War II continues to shape the world today. The war led to the creation of the United Nations, an international organization dedicated to maintaining peace and promoting cooperation among nations. It also resulted in the division of Europe into 2 blocks, the Communist East and the Capitalist West, setting the stage for the Cold War. The war had a profound impact on the global economy, leading to the rise of the United States as a superpower and accelerating the process of decolonization. It also led to significant social and political changes, as women and minorities who had contributed to the war effort demanded greater equality. Section 11. Remembering the past, shaping the future. As we reflect on the 80th anniversary of World War II, it is essential to remember the sacrifices made by those who fought and died to preserve freedom and democracy. Their stories of courage, resilience, and sacrifice serve as a reminder of the human cost of war and the importance of striving for peace. By learning from the mistakes of the past and working together to address the challenges of the present, we can honor their legacy and create a more just and peaceful world for generations to come.